welcome to the Speeding Bulletin report. My name is Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com, and here's all the Superman related news for the week April 25th to May 1st, 2008. Brandon Routh participated in a few interviews this week, with ComingSoon.net asking him about his new movies, but also asking him about the sequel to Superman Returns. In his opinion, filming on the sequel movie should start early next year. AgentDVDonline.com is running a poll to determine which pop culture franchise is the greatest of all time. Voting runs through the end of May, so go place your vote for Superman ahead of Star Wars, Star Trek, James Bond and others. Australian fans who didn't just go ahead and order Superman Doomsday from the US when it was released there in September last year can finally order a local Region 4 version of the DVD. EasyDVD.com.au has Superman Doomsday available for pre-order now for its July 2nd shipping date. A new book titled Special Effects Superman, The Art and Effects of Derek Meddings was announced this week. The book is a tribute to Derek Meddings, who worked on Superman the Movie, Superman 2 and Supergirl amongst others. The book will include over 400 on-set photographs from the Meddings family collection and contributions from those who worked with Derek throughout his career. Peter McDermott has updated our Smallville episode guide with his summary of the most recent Season 7 episode titled Sleeper. Neal Bailey and Douglas Trumbull also reviewed this episode, with Neal giving it a 1 out of 5, saying, "All in all, I'm still pretty jolly, but the inconsistencies added up," while Doug gave it a 4 out of 5, saying, "A good episode with a few issues." The 18th episode of Smallville Season 7 aired in the US on Thursday, May 1st. Titled Apocalypse, this episode saw Clark through a series of messages sent by Kara from Krypton, discovering what Earth would be like had he never arrived. Look for our episode summary and reviews of this episode in the next few days. Warner Home Video announced the upcoming release of Season 5 of the Batman cartoon, which featured Superman in a number of episodes. Look for the DVD to be released on July 8th. Warner Home Video also announced the upcoming release of Season 1 of the Justice League animated series to high-definition Blu-ray disc. All 26 episodes and the same extras seen on the original DVD release are scheduled to hit shelves on Blu-ray disc on August 19th with a US $59.96 price tag. Warner Brothers announced this week that it's launching 2 websites to capture new ad revenue and a younger generation of viewers. KidsWB.com, geared for children, debuted last Monday, featuring animated characters from the Warner Brothers library, while the WB.com, with full episodes of shows such as Smallville and Made for Online Shows, is set to launch in a beta test format next month. Superman homepage writer Jason LaRouche recently sat down with artist Carl Kerschel to ask him about his career as a comic book artist, his take on Superman, and what he's most looking forward to in the near future. Check out the review at the website now. Neal Bailey returned from the Calgary Comic and Entertainment Expo this week and filed a report on his time at the convention, where he got to interview Michael Rosenbaum, share a ride with Bill Willingham, chat with Mark Waid and Greg Rucka, and meet with many Superman homepage members. Superman-related comic books we reviewed this week were Superman number 47, which was reviewed by Michael Bailey, who stated, "This issue drove home the point that this story, and maybe this title, is not designed for people who read Superman or Batman, but especially Superman on a regular basis," and he gave it a 3 out of 5 rating. Michael also reviewed Justice League of America number 20, giving it a 4 out of 5, saying, "This is one of those rare times when a comic answers a question I never bothered to ask and makes me care about it anyway." Countdown to Final Crisis 1 was reviewed by Neal Bailey, who rated it a 1 out of 5, saying, "Pretty much as expected, par for the course." Neal also reviewed Death of the New Gods number 8, rating it a 2 out of 5, saying, "The writing was a 1, but there were a few novel story concepts here, so take that for what it's worth." Super Friends number 2 was reviewed by Adam DeChannel, who said, "A wafer-thin story this time around," and rated it a 3 out of 5. While in our classic pre-crisis reviews, James Lance reviewed Superman 329 from November 1978, which featured 2 stories, I Have Met the Enemy and He Is Me, and The Secret of the Talking Car. Superman comics shipping this week from April 30th include Action Comics 864, DC Universe 0, Superman Batman Volume 6 Torment hardcover, Justice League of America Heroes poster, Justice League of America Villains poster, and Smallville Magazine number 26, which features an article by our own Neal Bailey. Bob Holliday, star of the hit 1966 Broadway musical It's a Bird, It's a Plane, It's Superman, underwent coronary bypass surgery on Wednesday, April 9th at Mercy Hospital in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Bob was released 13 days later and is back home in Hawley, where he's making a super recovery. The official Bob Holliday website was also relaunched this past week. You can check it out at supermanbobholliday.com, while everyone here at the Superman homepage wishes Bob a quick and speedy recovery. Episode 40 of Radio KAL, the monthly podcast of the Superman homepage hosted by myself and Neal Bailey, is now available to listen to, with Neal and I discussing the Calgary Comic Convention, the end of Kurt Busiek's run on Superman, a new Superman comic era beginning, the end of Countdown to Final Crisis, DC Universe number 0, Michael Rosenbaum and Smallville Season 8, Death of the JLA movie, the Metropolis, Illinois Superman celebration, and much more. Remember to also check out Last Son of Krypton Chapter 40 and Last Daughter of Krypton Chapter 12 audio dramas. Superman homepage reviewer James Lance continues reviewing story arcs from the 1940s radio series. This week he reviewed the Atom Man saga, which sees the creation of a man who can shoot kryptonite from his fingers. Speaking of our retro reviews, Adam Duchanel has reviewed the entire second season of Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, for those nostalgic for the 1990s. Come check it out in the television section of the Superman homepage. Last of all, our monthly Super Trivia quiz has been updated this week, and the 3 questions we're asking you to answer are: in Superman the movie, other than a newspaper, what does Otis buy from the blind man at the train station? In the 1940 Superman radio series, what is the name given to Superman's enemy who has kryptonite flowing through his veins? And name the 2 actors who played Jimmy Olsen in the Lois and Clark TV series. That's all the Superman-related news for the week, April 25th to May 1st. I'm Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com.
The state of Superman comics right now is not very pleasing to me. I started reading Superman comics in 1992, and it's what got me into comics, and it's still why I'm in comics, because I have hope against hope that Superman will be great. As I record this, I am reading this comic, and it's talking about the priest elders of the protonic flame that speak for Daxam. That sounds like something that comes out of my rear end. Superman Batman has gotten so bad that I just have stopped reading it. Superman Confidential, I only read to review, and it was dismal. Jeff Johns is the only beacon of light, and he's doing 6-month storylines, so there's half a year in one story that's basically the Legion guest starring Superman. It's good writing, but it's not a mainline Superman continuity. There's nothing that I can knuckle into and bite down on. They're talking about bringing back a triangle-like situation with James Robinson and Jeff Johns, and I hope that it works. Final Crisis is really going to be my litmus test for the end of mainstream comics, and if I have to, I will only buy the comics I review. I went to the store this week, and I got 2 comics. 2 years ago, I was buying 5, maybe 10 every week. I got a book by Joe Hill, the son of Stephen King, and I got this Superman book, which I wouldn't have bought if I didn't have to review it. That's sad. You have taken a long-term fan and driven him away. And I was a very, very dedicated Kool-Aid drinking fan. So please, guys, please, please, not just because I'm a whiny fanboy, but because it will help Superman make the stories more exciting, more consistent, and stronger. Please?